Okay. Hello, everyone. I'd like to call the December meeting of the Edison Public Library Board to order at 7:02. Again, everyone please stand for the pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Required by the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of the meeting has been provided to the public by notices given to the Home News Tribune, the Star Ledger, News Indian Times, posted on the Edison Public Library website and bulletin board, and given to the Township Clerk's office. Mr. Clement, please read the roll call.
Ms. Kabadi?
Yes.
Ms. Mead?
Yes.
Mr. Patel? Mr. Romano?
Yes.
Ms. Singh?
Yes.
Ms. Leary?
Abstain.
Ms. Pamela Mukala?
Yes.
And Mr. Di Pasquale?
Yes. Okay, resolution to approve our minutes. Does anybody have any questions or changes about the minutes? No? Okay. Can I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Okay, roll call please.
Or would you rather just by unanimous
Unanimous.
Can we do
consent?
by unanimous? Yes, we can do
There's
by
no
unanimous,
corrections.
everybody? Okay, great.
Abstain for me.
I'm abstaining because I wasn't in the meeting.
And Ms. Leary abstained because she was not here at the last meeting.
Thank you.
Well noted.
All right, we're gonna move on to the financial.
That was quick. So this is the second of the last balance sheet and basically bill list for the year. We end the year on December 30th, and the January board meeting reflects the final expenditures for 2025. We are in good stead financially. The basics are we have two bill lists for the board to take a look at. We were able, since we had a emergency and we delayed the meeting by 1 week, we have two bill lists. The first bill list is the amount of $726,159.90. And the second bill list, which reflects bills that came in basically this past week, $71,173.27. Other than that, we're doing final balances and looking at the rest of the month and making sure that we have all our figures correct for the 2025 audit.
All right. Does anybody have any questions? No, any questions? All right. Can I have a motion to approve the bill list?
Motion to approve.
And a second.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Kabadi?
Yes.
Ms. Mead?
Yes.
Mr. Romano?
Yes.
Ms. Singh?
Yes.
Ms. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Pamela Mukala?
Yes.
And Mr. Di Pasquale?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, we're gonna move on to the assistant director's report.
I'll keep my report brief since we have a lot on the agenda this evening. The staff, we had about 25 staff and trustees. Want to thank the trustees for coming. I think it's a great opportunity for them to meet the staff in a social setting. We may do something a little different next year, because we've been doing the same thing each one of these years. The foundation book sale was last week, and we netted for the foundation approximately a little bit under $300. It was a little quieter than usual. We think it's a little late in the season, but we had other conflicts and the building was being renovated. But we're already working on the dates for our spring and fall for next year. The library audit, you have a copy of the library audit. I don't really expect that you're gonna to review it. I have to say, I think for the first time in all the audits, I have found this one to be a lot more organized because it acknowledges the fact that the township, I want to put it correctly, the township utilizes partial for the funds for health insurance and other things, and we actually don't physically get that money. So they actually have two kinds of separate, one of what the library actually disperses with checks and what the township disperses on behalf of the library. I think it's very clear, and I hope we can talk a little bit more about this at next month. The proposed budget we're still working on, so we'll present that to the board on January. All of you know that our main library grand reopening is January 3rd at Saturday at 11 a.m. We're looking forward to that. We are in our final, this week, final of moving furniture. The staff has been doing a great job in moving books and other materials. I think it's, both upstairs and down, I think it's a great step forward. And then we will spend this year in looking at what we need, including seating and new shelving and whatever. So we put everything back in place, and now we're gonna look at what we really need for the year. And we still have money left in our capital account for the main library, so we're in good stead for furniture. Clara Barton update. You have in your packet that I left tonight, just for you to know that Carrie and Iovino have worked out the RFQ for, or RFP, for the extension for the vestibule. And the RFQ is 95 pages, and it has not had attorney review yet. So it will be on the agenda for January's meetings, but I wanted the board to know and take a look at the drawings. So we are moving forward with that. North Edison branch update. I gotta say, it's really cool to be inside that library now. It's starting to come together as we walk through, and we're probably somewhere around 60-ish % done. We're still working through the paperwork with the state for our reimbursement, but that should be coming within the next month. But we had an opportunity at the last meeting it was a long meeting. Sorry about that, a long meeting. It was like 2+ hours because it was the first time everyone had been there in a month because of the holidays. And so there are a lot of little things like screws and plastering and whatever. What do we want to do? You want your switch on this side? So you kind of feel like you're empowered. Yeah, put the switch here. It's kind of like, you really feel like you're part of this thing. So it really is going to be gorgeous. And it's so nice to stand in the front of the library and look through at the back end. And you can already see they've already dug for the rain garden. So it's going to really be pretty back there. The bookmobile. Well, our bookmobile is still in the shop. We've ordered new things for the generator. But on the other hand, the new one has been ordered. It's not reflected in this year's budget. It will be reflected in next year's budget. And it is anticipated at this point that we will have it in September. So we have the funds for it. We budgeted its own separate capital account for that. So that is my president's report, my director's report. You think I was on 3 meetings today. It was like, okay, what meeting am I? What officer am I? Deborah, anything you wanna?
Yeah, just a few quick things. We had one retirement last month. We are starting interviews for part-time library assistants tomorrow. And we should hopefully have some names for recommendation in January.
So we basically have managed with this building and with North, over 2 years with basically half the physical space, which allowed us, we didn't hire people simply because there was no place to put them. So now that this building will be open on 2 floors, and we're anticipating North opening in July, we're starting to gear up for 2026 for the hiring. So I would say January and February, not to be surprised, like, why are we doing all this hiring? It's because we held back because we were just on 1 floor in both of them, and in the issue of North in a chiropractor's office, so, yeah.
Great, okay. President's report. I just want to say that I feel that the library had a great year. Moving forward with a lot of projects that have happened. A lot of great events. I think we're really fulfilling the mission of the library to the residents. I want to thank the staff, the administration, the trustees, because as I've said before, it takes a village for this to happen. It's not just one person, it's a team, and I feel the team that we have is working well together, and you can see it in the fruits of, what's working in the library. So I just want to thank everybody, and happy holidays, happy New Year, and looking forward to another great year with the library next year. No unfinished business, so we'll go to new business.
May I just
Yeah.
note, we did vote on the open session minutes, but I don't think we voted on the closed session minutes.
Okay, we'll go back to do that then. All right. Can I have a resolution to vote on the closed session minutes? Can I have a motion? I'm sorry.
Motion
A second?
A second.
Okay, consent. Everybody together, or is it roll call?
You can do a unanimous
Just do
consent,
unanimous.
and we recognize that
Okay.
Ms. Leary and Ms. Pamagru were out that day.
Okay, great. Thank you for.
I realized that I was like, okay. I mean, they could have always waited to next month, but
That's
they
fine.
might as well
Yep.
just let it be done.
Okay, new business. So the Board of Trustees bylaws. Your resolution for the,
Resolution for the bylaws. Yeah, I believe you have it. Am I? I think everyone has a copy of it. If you'd like, I could just read the first and last paragraph. Resolution of the Edison Public Library Board of Trustees adopted amended bylaws. Whereas the Edison Public Library Board of Trustees, the board is authorized to adopt bylaws for the governance and administration of the Edison Public Library, and now therefore be it resolved that the board hereby adopts the amended bylaws of the Edison Public Library attached hereto as Exhibit A, and thereby adopted and approved in their entirety. The bylaws were posted with significant time for the board to review, and there's also a copy there for the board with a red line copy as well.
does anybody have any questions before we vote?
Yeah. So, in light of the fact that this year's board was down a member, I hope in Article 3B the part that you've crossed out. I hope that doesn't come back to bite you. With Jokey and I leaving at the end of this month, or this is our last meeting, you will still be down 3 board members. And I hope you've spoken to the mayor about getting a complete board on board as opposed to being without a member, okay? In regards to Article 3, Section E, this last paragraph, only the president of the Board of Trustees shall speak on behalf of the Board of Trustees and shall do so consistent with the board actions and consensus of its deliberations. If you are not available, who is going to speak on your behalf?
So the vice president would be.
Okay, does that need to be in there?
We could add
Okay.
that, we can make a change there.
The
Absolutely.
vice president is always a police officer.
Yeah,
If he's not
I
there.
think that's under Article 5 though, where we have officers.
Okay,
I
okay,
don't know if it's a succession or if it's just listing them, so
alrighty,
it may be worth it specifying either one of those.
okay,
Okay, we can,
Yeah,
we can
do
make
that.
a,
Sure.
we can make a change, absolutely.
alright. And I think that's all I had.
Does that change anything in here?
It's just a few words added, nothing,
Okay. Joe seems to be writing it down, so.
Yeah, and we can adopt and then we'll make the change
alright,
based on the recommendation.
alright, Article 6, remote is spelled incorrectly.
Yeah.
This is an old version of the red one.
Is this the, is this the original version without corrections
It was-
before we
the-
did?
The corrections are in
Yeah,
the clean copy.
The clean copy,
Okay.
yeah.
Alright, that's it for me.
Anybody else?
I did similar on that note, November 17th, when it was sent out, there was a typo and I had emailed about that as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I believe it was the remote pen.
Yes.
Okay.
It was the remote that we removed.
Yep. Alright. No other questions? Can I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Kabati,
Yes.
Ms. Mead,
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Romano,
Yes.
Ms. Singh,
Yes.
Ms. Leary,
Yes.
Ms. Pamela Mulcala,
Yes.
and Mr. Vidy Pasquale.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay. The trustee training workshop.
Trustee workshop. We have been approached by, and you have a copy of it on your packet next to you. We were approached by the director of Woodbridge Library, who had arranged a workshop for their trustees and asked if we were interested in doing it. So it's kind of an orientation, and since we are going to have hopefully 3 new trustees and a superintendent's rep, that actually is 4 people new to the board. I spoke to the board president and we said we would be interested in being part of this. So the trustee training is scheduled, I thought I had written it down. It is scheduled for January 14th, 2026, from 6:30 to 8:30 at the Henry Inman branch of the Woodbridge Public Library. This is the perspective. I think it's a good opportunity for everyone to attend, and I'll follow up with this. The presenter, and we're going to split the costs with them, and the presenter has sent us a questionnaire, and I didn't want to send the questionnaire without first introducing this to everyone. They kind of want to know what is it you want them to do at this workshop. What is it that you know? What would you like to know more about so that they can tailor make this workshop? So this actually turns out, I believe, the day after our January board meeting. So hopefully all the new board members will be on board. That was a pun, I guess. And Deborah and I will also have been invited to attend as well, if we're able to. So I'll follow up with this, but I thought it would be easier if I introduce it rather than just send it out. Where is it, why to come, who, what, where, when, and why. If you have any questions, just, give me a call, or we'll follow up with this tomorrow.
Opinions, library closings?
Library closings, you have in your packet the closing dates. We could vote tonight, or we can vote on it at the January meeting. What we did this year was to put in all the dates that we have. Too much paper, too much white stuff. There we go. So if there's a date next to the closing, it's because it's contractual.
And
But-
an asterisk,
I'm sorry, what did I say?
a date.
A date, thank you. An asterisk, it means it's contractual with the union contract. There have been traditional days that we have also closed, such as Easter Sunday, Staff Development Day, and when we have holidays that fall on Monday, we traditionally have just not, we've closed on that Sunday to give staff a little bit of time to spend with family. So, this can be, for information now, it can be voted on either way. We still have the January and the February dates are contractual, so I can bring this back at the next, at the reorg meeting.
Yeah.
But I just wanted everyone to get it so that they would kind of see where we're going. So we traditionally have had one staff development day, which is the entire day. For 2026, we are recommending to the board that we have a staff recognition day, which would be more like a breakfast that we can get staff together. We would like to give people recognition of not only for a job well done, but people who have served the library and the community for a length of time. So we're looking at ways with the library's wellness committee that we can make people feel more part of the library community. And so we came up with that, which a lot of the other libraries do. And we would just open at 1 o'clock that day rather than that. So if I can leave this with you, and we'll put it on the agenda for the reorg in January.
All right, we can move on to outgoing trustees and representatives.
Ongoing trustees and representatives. Okay. Well, I will keep it brief. We have 3 resolutions here for our outgoing board members and superintendent's rep. And I will just read the first and last paragraph of each. We want to acknowledge everyone's service, and we want to make sure we will put this on nice paper and get it framed and give this to you as a memento of whatever.
You behave.
And
You behave.
rather than a pen and pencil set. If you, we'll talk to you offline, if you are interested in having the township do it as well, let me know and I will arrange that with the town clerk. First resolution is Fiona Mead. Whereas Fiona Mead has served with distinction as a valued member of the Edison Public Library Board of Trustees for several years, demonstrating unwavering dedication and a profound commitment to the advancement of the library and its vital mission. Whereas Ms. Mead has been a staunch and eloquent supporter of literacy, lifelong learning, intellectual freedom, and the principle of equitable access to information for all members of the community. Be it further resolved that this resolution be spread among the official minutes of this meeting and a suitably inscribed copy presented to Ms. Mead as a token of our sincere gratitude and best wishes for our future endeavors. And be it finally resolved that the Edison Public Library will forever be grateful for her indelible impact on its mission and services. Many thanks.
Can I have a motion?
I would like to make that motion.
A second?
Second.
Okay, roll call.
You can do unanimous?
Let's do a roll call.
Okay. A roll call.
These are pretty important.
Ms. Cavati,
Yes.
Ms. Mead,
Yes.
I thought you'd say no. Mr. Romano,
Yes.
Ms. Singh,
Yes.
Ms. Leary,
Yes.
Ms. Pamadou Makala,
Yes.
and Mr. Di Pasquale.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Great.
The second resolution is for Ms. Pamadou Makala. Resolution appreciating the dedicated service to the Edison Public Library Board of Trustees. Whereas Josie Pamakumakala has honorably served as a member of the Edison Public Library Board of Trustees, contributing significantly to the library's governance and community engagement. And whereas Ms. Pamakumakala has consistently provided invaluable expertise and perspective in her committee work, particularly within the Strategic Planning Committee, helping to chart the future direction and growth of the library's services and facilities. Be it further resolved that the board, the library staff, and the community she served wish her the very best in her future endeavors, confident that her legacy of service will continue to benefit the Township of Edison. And be it finally resolved that this resolution be permanently recorded in the official minutes of the Board of Trustees meeting, and a formal copy presented to Ms. Pamatukala. We gotta work on that. As a symbol of her high esteem and gratitude.
All right, thank you. Can I have a motion, please?
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Okay, roll call.
Ms. Cavati,
Yes.
Ms. Mead,
Yes.
Mr. Romano,
Yes.
Ms. Singh,
Yes.
Ms. Leary,
Yes.
Ms. Pamadou Makala,
Yes.
yes, and Mr. B. Pasquale.
Yes. Okay, move on to the next.
We've got one more.
One more.
Resolution to recognize the meritorious service of Joseph Romano to the Edison Public Library Board of Trustees. Whereas Joseph Romano, he likes that. Look at him laughing. He's already turned, look at him laughing. I read this without my glasses. Whereas Joseph Romano has dedicated the past 2 years to serving the Edison Public Library as the esteemed Superintendent of Schools alternate on the Board of Trustees, bringing a wealth of educational experience and a committed civil spirit to this role. And whereas in his capacity as the superintendent's representative, Mr. Romano effectively served as a crucial liaison between the Edison Township Public Schools and the Library Board, fostering essential collaboration on joint initiatives. Be it further finally resolved that this resolution be duly recorded in the official minutes of the meeting as a permanent testament to his contributions, and a copy presented to Mr. Romano as a token of our profound respect and best wishes.
And the key word here is spirit.
Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Yeah, you can do it.
I'll do the motion.
All right. Can I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Cavati,
Yes.
Ms. Mead,
Yes.
Mr. Romano,
It's an honor to say yes for me.
Ms. Singh,
Yes.
Ms. Leary,
Yes.
and Ms. Pamadou Makala,
Yes.
and Mr. Di Pasquale.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Great. Move on. Letter E.
Clara Barton.
Yeah. that's
Clara
it.
Barton vestibule was already covered
Okay.
as a
Okay,
point of
okay.
information.
Yeah.
I meant to take this off. We will have the RFP for auditing services as part of the reorg in January.
Okay.
I've mentioned it a couple of times that we were looking at bringing in your part-time controller to review our accounts on an every other month basis. Basically, we get audited once a year, but what happens to the rest of the year? I think for transparency and also for extra support for Chris, for all the things that we're doing. I wanted to leave this with everyone. They could take a look at it, and I would bring it back at the January board meeting for us for consideration and discussion. But I think that their rates are pretty fair. I have actually been working with them for the last year, almost 18 months, as treasurer of the New Jersey Library Association. They have been our controller as well as our bookkeeper, as well as our accounts person. They have always been professional and have done a great job. Before working with them, I had no idea, except I kept hearing their commercials on TV, on the radio all the time. So I will bring this back in January. I hope you have a chance to take a look at it. I think our budget will be able to sustain that. But I think it'd be good for us to have another set of eyes looking over the accounts on a regular basis.
Okay, and we have one more, right?
I believe this is being pulled.
That's correct, yes, so there was a resolution to extend the contract for legal services, but the better course of action is to do it by issue an RFQ. So that would be my recommendation. So I prepared a resolution just for the board to approve the issuance of an RFQ, which would then have to be approved at the next meeting.
I believe, did I put it in your packet?
I have it, yeah, do you want it?
Does if not, I can hand out extra copies. I'm gonna start doing things on different color paper.
That gonna cost more money? Okay,
You're part-time good.
okay, I don't care.
Alan, do you have a copy of it?
If I gave it to Joe, there had to be,
Do you need a copy? Pass it down.
You want me to read it?
Yeah.
no, everyone's got a copy.
Yeah.
Everyone,
Yeah.
There you go.
I think he needs.
I had to have copies because we have extra, we always do extra copies, so it's here somewhere, but it looks white.
That's all right.
So you have it. I already have it.
So H is replaced with resolution of the Edison Public Library Board of Trustees approving the issuance of a request for qualifications for legal services. Whereas the Edison Public Library Board of Trustees, the board is the governing body of the Edison Public Library and is authorized to enter into contracts for professional services necessary to carry out its statutory responsibilities. And whereas the board finds the issue of an RFQ for legal services in its best interest of the Edison Public Library and the public it serves. Now therefore be it resolved that the board hereby authorize the issuance of a request for qualifications for legal services for the Edison Public Library.
Okay, is there any questions before we vote?
Motion and second.
Yes. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Ms. Leary,
Yes.
Ms. Mead,
Yes.
Ms. Pamadumukala,
Yes.
Mr. Romano,
Yes.
Ms. Kabadi,
Yes.
Ms. Singh,
Yes.
Mr. Di Pasquale.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay. We're gonna move on to public comment. During the open portion of its meeting, the library board provides the public with an opportunity to offer comments regarding matters pertaining to the library pursuant to provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act. The board is entitled to permit, regulate, or prohibit public participation in its meetings. Each speaker will have a maximum of 4 minutes to speak and should limit comments to matters pertaining to the library. The speaker will be directed to conclude their remarks once the speaker's time has expired. A speaker may not speak more than one time during the same public comment period. No time may be yielded to another speaker. Speakers are asked to begin their remarks by stating their name and address. Board members are not obligated to answer impromptu questions or address remarks from the members of the public during the public comment period. Speakers should expect the board to refrain from engaging in a dialogue except to the extent necessary to clarify the speaker's comment. The allotted time for the speaking is the only method to address the board during the public comment period. The board will not entertain questions or comments called out from the audience. When appropriate, the board may refer inquiries and items brought up during public comment to the director or other staff for follow-up. Speakers and members of the public should at all times maintain proper decorum and shall make their comments in a civil manner. Do we have any other comments? Yes, sir.
Dr. Nasser. So I wanted to start off by saying I appreciate all the work that you guys have done for a year and all the work that you do, all the experience that you guys have had on the right side. Appreciate that. Each of you brings something unique and remarkable to the board, and I just want to acknowledge that. I know it's an unpaid role, and sometimes it can be hard to hear feedback, probably particularly mine, but please know when I raise concerns, it's not for my benefits because I truly care and have questions and I want transparency and I'm doing everything that's in the best interest for the community. I appreciate all your collective efforts of the board, your passion, your meticulous minutes, and your promise not to close the Claiborne Library. Ms. Pam, I appreciate being one of the first few people that at the first meeting who clearly I recall clearly that you took heart to what I said in that first meeting. Ms. Mead, I appreciate your attention to detail in the meetings. You often, I've seen, make corrections, and that's something that I hope that will carry over with the new board and the board that will take your positions, hopefully, and do just as good of a job. It is my hope that you guys will be asked back. We don't know what will happen. I'm hoping that you will be, because the board is very young and you guys do have a bit of experience there that I hope will continue, because it's unmatched and it can't be replaced. Mr. Romano, your passion for the children is always there. It's what we always hear in every single meeting. And it's just unmatched. You're bold, you're honest, and you're deeply committed, and your contributions have made a lasting impact. As this year comes to a close, I want to wish everyone happy holidays and a wonderful new year. I remain committed to supporting the library however I can, through the schools, community outreach, or any way that can help further its mission. Thank you for all your time, your passion, and dedication to the board and our library members, all of them, including my wife here with the Friends of the Library. I had stuff that I was going to say, but she didn't really want me to go ahead and put a paragraph there out for her. So I wish everyone happy holidays, and I wish you and your families the best of health in the new year.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anybody else? Yes.
Sarah Nasser from 59 Pleasant Avenue. Yes, I did tell them to not say words. I'm here as the president of the Friends of the Edison Public Library, and I had a couple points to call out here. We did have a bit of a slow year this year after beginning the Friends last year. So our goal for 2026 is a lot more engagement and a lot more advocacy and fundraising for the library. And I had a chance to speak to our director of the library for, I think, Alan, it was like 12 hours over that weekend when we were here to kind of go through what we're gonna do for the library in terms of events and activities. And there have been some great things that we want to do. So we're looking forward to having Edison participate in more of these activities in 2026. Two things to call out. We are still looking for 2 vice chairs. So if anyone would like to apply, please send an email and then we can have a chat. In terms of the reopening, we're looking forward to having a Friends and Foundation sponsored reception on January 3rd. So looking to have a great start to 2026. Great, and also I think I'm gonna echo everything that we have with Fiona and Jyoti and Joe. I've been coming to these meetings for 2+ years now on a monthly basis, and I've seen all of the engagements that happens within this board and the previous board, and the amount of detail that goes through these meetings and the amount of effort that you guys do before this meeting isn't really seen. So all these things that you have in front of you, I know you're reading it beforehand, and I know you're preparing for this meeting. So even though this is less than an hour, sometimes it goes really quickly, all of the effort that you've put in beforehand, I want to acknowledge it, and I'm grateful for the participation that you've had, and I really hope that whatever you choose to do in whichever way that you want to serve the community, they're lucky to have you, as we were lucky to have you here. So thank you,
Great.
and happy holidays.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to be going into a motion to close public comment.
Motion to close.
Second,
Close.
everybody? Aye. Okay. All right, we're going to be going into a closed session. Be it resolved by the Edison Public Library Board of Trustees that the board will now enter into a closed session to discuss matters related to the personnel, as these matters involve confidential employee information protected by the state law. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
And can we do consent?
Should vote.
Okay, we'll vote on that?
Who was the
Roll
second,
call.
Ricky? Was Ricky? Oh,
Yeah.
thanks.
Ms. Kabadi,
Yes.
Ms. Mead,
Yes.
Mr. Romano,
Yes.
Ms. Singh,
Yes.
Ms. Leary,
Yes.
Ms. Pamela Mukala,
Yes.
and Mr. Di Pasquale.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, great. All right, we're going to close session. We are probably going to be a while. We do have a lot of stuff to discuss, just so you're aware, right?
Understood.
No,
Sarah, you have my number, right?
I have your number.
Okay, there's no
Okay.
official
Don't worry,
action.
you're stuck with me for life.
properly.
Oh,
Can I have a
yeah.
motion to go back into public session, please?
Motion.
Have a second?
Second.
Everybody?
Aye.
Okay, we are back. What do we have? We just have this resolution here?
Do you have a
Okay.
copy?
What's that?
Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I have it. All right, so we do have one resolution that we're going to vote on. Resolution of the Edison Public Library Board of Trustees authorizing wage increases for the administrative staff effective January 1st, 2026. Can I have a motion, please?
Motion.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Miss Leary,
Yes.
Miss Mead,
Yes,
Miss Pamela, oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn, otherwise it'd be at 11 o'clock now.
You were doing really good.
I was doing good a couple of times, but it's like,
See, Alan, Pamidi Mukala, combined Pamidi Mukala. It's easy,
I actually was gonna
6%.
write it out and split the syllables.
but you don't need to anymore. This is the last
Oh,
one. You don't have to.
I'm gonna make you say it every day.
Mr. Romano,
Yes.
Ms. Kabati,
Yes.
Miss Padel's not here, Ms. Singh,
Yes.
and Mr. Di Pasquale.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
we don't get to say nothing?
Yeah.
I'd
Let
like-
me go to-
I'd like to say something.
Sure, if
Oh,
you want to
my
say
God.
something, I'm sorry.
You started. It was you. Go ahead.
Let's hear from our.
No, you go first.
The heat goes,
No, let Jeffy go first.
No, you guys go
the
first.
heat goes off at 9 o'clock, I just wanna let you know.
I got my hand warmer with me.
Okay. There's a couple of things. First of all, there's a caucus meeting at Edison High on December 18th. It starts at 5:30. It'll be a combined meeting. January 6th will be the reorg meeting at the it'll be at JP Stevens. Okay. It's, you behave. It's really been a pleasure doing this, learning a different aspect. One thing that I want to make sure that everyone understands is that the Board of Trustees here sees that it runs well. And in the past 2 years, I've seen a complete difference. Things that I would change have nothing to do with this library. Nothing to do with Alan's job, or Deborah's job. I would like to do things in town. I would like to take and say that I really would like to have a library at John Adams School, but I just can't do it. I've tried. I think the people in town have very high expectations of the library, like at the schools. We have issues. I think people have to come down off of their cloud and come to reality. I think the students in our schools need the best that we can give them. But I think our students have to want to do that. And that's an issue between the parents and the students. The Board of Ed or the library board. The library, the people in the library, they're doing the job. The people at the Board of Ed, not the board members. People understand or try not to. They think, oh, the Board of Ed does. No, it's the employees. It's the people that teach our kids. The big thing that we have is our kids. Parents, not all parents. That's our problem. All parents should be involved with their students. That's a big issue. We're expanding our schools. We're doing the best thing that we could do. But I want people to understand that the administrative staff at the Board of Ed, they're doing the job. When you go to school and you see the schools that are crowded, you want to go to the Ed Center every day. It's crowded like you can't believe. People have to park in the old A&P parking lot and walk over. That's how crowded it is there. So when people, like I said, when people give you ideas, you can only do so much. You want to do more. And to be perfectly honest, 0 doesn't give you everything that you want. Parents have to work with students. When they go to school, our teachers are doing the job. And you can tell when our students leave our district and they go to college, they progress because our teachers are doing the job. Now, we could have the best libraries in the world, but if students don't use it, we got to teach students how to read. We have to teach them how to comprehend what they read. See, that's one of the big issues. When you comprehend what you read. So in other words, in preschool, that's where we have to be. We have to teach children early. Children, people don't understand this. But when you have a baby, babies are learning constantly. You realize that you can teach children at a very early age how to speak different languages? Our preschool systems need help. We need to get all of our students into preschools. So my problem is simple. I need preschools and I need kindergarten, full day kindergarten. We need to expand those programs so our children will blossom. If you keep it the way it is now, and you don't expand all-day kindergarten and preschools, you don't get the value at the end. So, if I were running for the Board of Ed, or if I were running for some way to fund it, what I would say is, what we put in preschool, what we put in all-day kindergarten, and what we put in the rest of the education, we will prosper in the long run. When people were talking about we need a survey, this, that, and you know what we need? We need parents to realize what their students are doing. So, I will say this. It's been an enjoyment being here. It's really been an enjoyment at the Board of Ed. It's a learning experience. And please, ladies and gentlemen, this is for talking to people. It's not to get the news. That's our biggest problem. We read this and we're, oh, that's what you're doing? It's the farthest thing from the truth. Because what people hear about what we're doing, they don't know what we're really doing. Someone said in the audience, all the reading that we do. Yeah. The ordinary public doesn't know that. So please, keep your kids, make your kids understand what you need. Because in the very beginning, we do things like, we teach kids to read, and we teach them how to comprehend. In other words, you read, comprehend, and prosper. That's what we do. Thank you.
Go for it.
All right, I won't be as long as Joe because it is 8:30.
Okay. Bars don't close till 12. I didn't say that.
First of all, I'd like to thank Joyce Ship Freeman for giving me this opportunity to be on the library board. When she came to me back in, I believe it was 2019, and asked me if this is something I wanted to do, I was just like, the library board, what does it do? I have enjoyed my time for the most part here on this committee. I've enjoyed meeting people from different parts of town and not just staying on the north side where I'm from. Being able to go out, visiting the other libraries, and actually seeing our patrons in Walmart and other stores, and then stopping to speak to me because they know exactly who I am. And they have thanked me for being concerned about what they think has to be done in the library and being an advocate for them. I'm hoping going forward that the library will be a representation of this town. You know, I used to be able to say I was the only foreigner wherever I went. I am no longer able to say that in this township of Edison, but I will say as the only person of color, I hope that there is another person of color who will come on this library board and represent. I hope everyone who is in this town is represented on this library board. I also would like to request from the board going forward that they don't make this library board political. Please keep it as a library board, the concerns of the library and of the people. I do not like the exchanges I've seen online, and I think it reflects on us as a board, because there's a lot of chatter out there. People come here because they are concerned about the library, and they want to know that that's our main concern, not the chitter chatter and the back and forth. Anthony, you've talked about change. I hope that's something that's going to be done going forward. You will have a young library board starting next year, and I hope you will keep the same thought process that you had of this year, that there has to be a change, right? I will miss you all, and I hope everyone keeps in touch. And just thank you so much for allowing me to represent you these last 6 years.
I keep it very short. It's an honor to serve on the library board, and when I joined here, I mean, I have seen the change. Alan and Deborah and all the staff, you did an amazing job to where we were to where we are, and I'm very thankful for serving on this board, and going forward, hope our mission is continue with our new board of trustees and make it as community oriented rather than politically in any way, not to get engaged in the library process. And let Thomas Edison light shine on library and education in this township.
Anybody else like to say anything? All right.
I just want to say thank you to all our members, or all our outgoing members. I mean, as someone who joined this board, you know, Joe, we started around a similar time, and Fiona and Dorothy, you guys started after you all. It was really just an honor working with you all and learning from you all, and, you know, getting to collaborate together, and, you know, thank you certainly for a lot of work. Thank you.
Thank you for the service.
All right, I don't want to say the same, but I've been on for a long while with, especially with Dorothy and Fiona and Joe. And I appreciate all the work and all the input. I think we've all worked together. We've had some great ideas. I think we helped the library move forward. So I personally want to thank you three for taking the time out to do the work that we were asked to do. So, okay, with that, can I have a motion to adjourn?
I'd like to make that motion.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Okay, everybody? Aye?
Aye.
All right, we are done. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.